Okay, hi people, I'm back. And to continue on from our last segment about race, I was bringing that up to talk about how the migration story of us as Hispanics, or me, I'm part Hispanic, I'm like mixed, like a lot, is that we are Asian in the sense that Native Americans are the same as Hispanics or Mexicans. The same as a person that lives in Alaska that might be living in an igloo is the same as a Mexican. And Hawaiians are Mexicans too. And Mexicans are Hawaiians. They just don't even know it. And it's troubling to see how people that are so close can say they're that they're that different. And they look exactly alike. And they don't know where they came from. They just think that their people are just there. That's ridiculous. One part of us came from Asia or Scotland, Greenland, whatever that fucking place is. That's on the other side of the East Coast, where the landmass was that connected Alaska to Europe, right? So you had them coming over from that the landmass, and then you had people traveling by ocean via, South Asia or something like that, where the islands are, Korea, Japan, all of them. And then it spread out and they traveled by way of sea all the way around to the other side of America. So from coast to coast, they came and over time became a part of the continent and grew. And because there was no other competition, they all grew, except for, it's weird how they grew in those areas that they were at, because if you got such a vastly rich continent that has a lot of natural resources, food, water, other things, then you're gonna grow up and you're gonna stay in that area. You don't want to move too far. Some had to move around to get in the right area because America was vast and different. But like the South Americas, how they can how many cycles they've gone through in their civilizations and empires, and that never had touched the northern up part of that. Just doesn't seem too likely to me. But they had similar war style, like similar civilizations almost, except for there was never one definitive empire in the northern part of America. There was more like, tribal state empires, like state empires, state countries, or state nations or whatever, in their areas, and they always went against each other, So, but all in all, we're the same. And to tell somebody that there's something that they don't know that there's something, and they literally do not have an answer of how they know that they're not. Like when I said I tell another Hispanic they're Asian or we're Asian, we're not like Mexican, like they're not. It's not a different race. It's not its own race. They're like, what? And they think the knowledge is pulled out of thin air, like it just didn't come from study from the same history books that you read and I read, and from the same conclusions and hypotheses and theories and facts and that the science community has come up with already. And also, and that's just the one tip. But also with the whole origin story, it's the same. It's just not many people discuss it in that concentration. And I think it is really healthy to do so, especially when no one's talking about it. So again, thank you for listening. And that was part 2 of my segment about race.